everyone. So this review is for Accidentally in Love by Kimberly Griffin. If you want to check out my review, I have just posted that. So if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description below, and if you're on my blog, there's a link within the post. And this is the video review. So Accidentally in Love by Kimberly Griffin. This was quite an explosive romance, really. Nick and Lee haven't always hated one another, but when Lee gets promoted over Nick and then Nick ends up laid off, the tension's running pretty high at that point. And unfortunately, even with Lee's track record for leaving a line of broken men in her wake on her rise up to the top, an annoying sort of infatuation and attraction remains for both her and Nick, which is a problem. And this was just such a sweet romance in the end that was born from a very toxic environment. From this story, we quickly learned that Nick and Lee were not the ones with the problem, but they did find themselves in a situation that kind of caused more of them than was probably necessary. And I loved the connection that Nick and Lee shared, but it was slow burn getting them to a point where that connection could really blossom and they could really explore it. And we started to get the best of them both. There was a long time where we weren't getting the best of either of them, and it was because of this toxic work environment and what was happening to them, situation and assumptions again. But it kept me hooked, so it worked. And turning the pages and wanting to know what was going to happen and whether love would actually prevail in the end, whether they put their differences aside and let their feelings sort of control things, and whether they'd sort of not give in to the negativity surrounding them was starting to control things. So it was interesting on that level. But the most rewarding bit of the story was how relatable Nick's situation was, because, and I loved this fantasy idea that came with it, because being able to do what Nick did, which was have time. She had time to figure out her next move. It wasn't ideal, but she got it, and she could figure out what she wanted to really do. And it really then was fate that was at play, bringing them back into one another's lives so often, when situations like this would usually keep people apart. You know someone from work, you get on with them really well, you, for whatever reason, laid off, leave, whatever, you change jobs, you don't always keep in touch with people unless you can somehow keep running into them. And that's what was happening here. And I always love a romance that hinges on fate and destiny, because I'm a big believer in, if it's meant to be, it will be, and it will happen. And if you're meant to meet people or keep seeing people, you will. If people are meant to be in your life, they'll be in your life. If they're not, they'll disappear. I'm a very big believer in that. So it was such a great romance with lots of drama and tension, just to keep it exciting. But yeah, it really kept me hooked, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope you will too. So I'll pop a link in the description so you can get yourself a copy of Accidentally in Love by Kimberly Griffin, which I hope you will. If you've read Accidentally in Love, would love to know what you thought of it, so please do share your thoughts and let us know. If you haven't read it yet, but you're planning to read it, it's on YouTube Read List, or you're now super excited and thinking, yes, I really want to read that, then again, please do let us know, because it's always great to find out what you're interested in reading. And if you do read it, I really hope you enjoy it. Bye.